Hello, ladies and gentlemen, or gentle cars, shake and bake. This video is for 08 to 14 STI fender brace from kein. When you get it, it'll look like this. You'll have a piece here. You have a little piece like this. Two of these, and M8 and M10 bolts. So this little square goes by the door if yours is bad, but when you get them, be careful to check these before you install them because the holes don't line up. And this one, you have to do a little bending to get it through to hold the back of this. These are M10 bolts by 1.25, and then the second piece folds underneath it. It'll go underneath it, and you'll have this bolt. That's the 8mm flanged on the end. So here's the first piece. Well, I guess we can get it off first. So to get it off, you have bolts here on your door. You can leave it closed and it should stay. If not, you can put a jack underneath right here. These two bolts will be a 12mm socket. Then the second one down will be for your fender brace OE. Those will be 14mm sockets to get out. And then this one down here will be your 12mm sockets here. So once you get all the bolts out on both sides, then there'll be some here. That'll be 14mm socket. You can get that off. But the OE looks like this. It's pretty thin. But first you want to do is get this piece on with your 8mm bolt that's flanged. The nut's flanged and the head is flanged. Hand tighten that one down, get this sitting in here. And then you can take one of the pieces that are on a stick with a plate with two nuts. So you want to hold it up like this and bend it, because you're going to go through this hole right here and fish it through. Oh. Make sure it's bent to where you can able to get it in there. So when it lines up with the holes, it'll pop out the hole. And you can have it in there and get it adjusted once you get the brace on. Here's the brace. Looks pretty good. Kind of thin steel though also. So before you put the new one on, you can go to your parts store or order some online. For the door bolts, you want class 10.9, 8mm flanged. And then you want the threads 1.25, and you want length is 30mm. So it'll be 5mm longer than your OE bolts. And the OE bolts are only class 8, so you'll be upgrading to 10.9. And then for the brace, you'll have class 10.9, 10mm flanged, thread 1.25, and then 30mm, so they'll be longer. The kit does come with two 6mm by 1.25 flanged, and then two 8mm by 1.25 flanged, and then it comes with four. But these are not marked, so I don't know what grade they are, so I don't want to use them if they're only grade 3 or 5 or whatever. Then it'll come with four 10.9 bolts, 30mm long. They're 10mm bolts. They're 10.9s. I don't know why they didn't give you 10.9s for these, but they didn't. So then you can get your new bolts, put them in the door and the braces. Oh, and the square, check both of them because I had it bad on both, but it'd go in here like this if yours is bad. You go on that side. If yours are bad, you probably have to cut it out and weld it back in. If you need help with that, I can weld it back in if you need it. I anti-seize everything. I don't want stuff seizing up. You can if you want. It helps. Anti-seize helps. But yeah, so this is basically how to go in. And you'll put your 10mm bolts, or 10mm flange by 30mm there, and then here. And then your 8mm flange bolt goes here. That's only 8.8, so if you want to get a 10.9, you can. I think it's 10.9 by 1.25 by 30mm. Then you can add a bolt here if you wanted to. But that's basically how it'll go and how it'll look. Seems pretty good. Looks pretty cool. Have a good day.